Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Capricorn August 2018 horoscope forecast. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as August goes, the sun will be in Leo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, attention on sex, transformation, rebirth, regeneration, insurance matters, inheritance possibly, intimate sexual relationships, astrology, psychology, maybe even surgery, perhaps crisis, and legacies as well. And given that this is in Leo, well, this can be done with a lot of Leo energy, magnanimous, done with a lot of Leo generosity, ferocity, even magnanimous energy, with a lot of courage and fortitude and confidence and self-assuredness as well. And also with a lot of pride and dignity. There might be some extravagant energy connected with this. A surgery might cost more than what is planned for, or making a major change or transformation in your life as well. Or perhaps even extravagance in connection with sexual partners. Also, this could be done with a lot of Leo-like heart and being very extroverted as well, and especially perhaps with matters with somebody you might be in a shared resources situation with, maybe even a sexual partner, someone you're in an intimate relationship with. Anyway, next thing up is, as far as August goes, the sun will be in Virgo from the 23rd until the 31st. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention in philosophy, religion, higher education, travel abroad, in-laws, grandchildren, publishing, abstract thinking even. And given and also too, looking at this could be done with Virgo-like, a lot of Virgo-like energy, done in a very systematic, organized manner, very methodical, but yet very pensive and thoughtful, thinking a lot before acting on these things. A lot of Virgo-like analysis, and there may be a lot of critical and judgmental energy connected with this, especially perhaps in matters with in-laws and grandchildren as well, and also in matters pertaining to your philosophies. And a lot of this could be done, these 9th house matters could also be done with a lot of meticulous attention to detail, being very punctilious and scrupulous with details. But it can unfortunately be connected with a little worrisome energy as well. Anyway, next thing up is there will be a partial solar eclipse in Leo on August 11th. So the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Capricorn, well, this could be a time for Capricorn where it might be a new period of showing a lot of generosity and magnanimous energy with your shared resources and emotional and moral support. And given that this is a partial, solar eclipse, it's like a new moon, but this could have more life-altering impact and effect on the person and have more of a sustained impact perhaps. And such as just something simple as being generous in terms of emotional moral support to somebody. You could be surprised as what this might actually lead to. Somebody might take notice of this and set you up maybe with some position where that kind of energy figures prominently. And now as an example, now also too, in some cases, you might come into an extravagant inheritance at this time as well. It might be new inheritance. And also, too, this could be a time as well where you could be showing a new period of showing more courage and fortitude in crisis situations and taking more pride and dignity in making a major change or transformation. This could be a time where you may show more gregariousness, extroversion, where it may lead to an intimate relationship or sexual relationship. And also too, This could be a time where you might attain some strong notoriety and recognition in connection with something 8th house related, such as something with astrology, the occult, supernatural, psychology. So anyway, as examples. So anyway, the next thing up is there will be a full moon in Pisces on August 26th. So the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be this could be a culmination or completion of a Pisces-like writing. It could be something that may be connected with the paranormal, the mystical, something fantasy or fiction, the metaphysical, which can include astrology, something connected with photography, chemistry, or poetry even. Also, too, another way this might manifest, this could be a time where you become, you could say, tired, exasperated, full of a deceptive, duplicitous, nebulous, or even confused, apathetic, or lackadaisical neighbor, a sibling, a cousin. It could be someone that figures prominently in your short journeys, maybe someone you knew from your early education. Also, too, when you're talking about the full moon, this often can be about a revelation or unveiling of sorts. This could be perhaps the revelation or unveiling perhaps of a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor that might be an alcoholic or might have some kind of strong recreational drug use or some other addiction. And also, on a positive note, though, this could reflect perhaps injecting a lot of full, compassionate, self-sacrificing energy into 3rd house matters, into your communications. It could be short journeys such as giving errands, running errands for people, going to the store for others. It could be also just energy, this self-sacrificing, compassionate energy, also given in your communications and with matters with siblings, cousins, and perhaps neighbors. So anyway, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Leo. It will be retrograde from the 1st to like the 19th, and the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time for Capricorn. There could be some review in terms of gregariousness and extroversion connected with someone you may be in an intimate or sexual relationship with. This could be or it could also be someone that you're involved in a shared resources situation with. And also, too, this could be a time where you're reviewing this, how it might impact your legacy, being more gregarious and extroverted, and maybe doing something that might give you some notoriety and recognition. Also, too, this could be a period where you might be that conversation dominator with the sexual partner or in someone with someone you're in an intimate relationship with. This could be about thinking very confidently and with a lot of self-assuredness about making a major change or transformation. And also, too, remember that Mercury is not just about communication. It could be about other things as well. So this could be a time where perhaps Leo siblings, Leo Sun, Moon, Ascendant siblings, or ones that may simply embody Leo-like characteristics, may factor in more strongly in terms of dealing maybe with the crisis matter, maybe matters with insurance or taxes, or even perhaps in a major change or transformation that you may try to make. And also, this could be, the way this can manifest as well as perhaps creative writing connected with astrology, the occult, supernatural, or other some other 8th house matters. Perhaps. So anyway, next thing up is Venus will be in Virgo as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 6th. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be very strong enjoyment and analyzing, scrutinizing, even criticizing, unfortunately, in-laws and grandchildren at this time. If you are unattached at this time, Capricorn, well, you may connect with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant that you might meet through traveling abroad. It could be someone from another country. It could be someone at a religious congregation. It could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply one that embodies Virgo-like characteristics. It could even be at a college or university. And also, It might be a time for enjoyment of Virgo-like games with in-laws and grandchildren, and maybe someone you know at a college, university, might be at a religious congregation. It could be something like something with a lot of analysis, like chess or mastermind, something that does require that analysis. And also, the way this could manifest perhaps is spending frugally on higher education and publishing, perhaps even grandchildren and in-laws as well, and really also valuing the details, being meticulous with details with ninth house matters such as global communications, and perhaps matters with publishing and higher education if you're taking any college courses. So anyway, the next thing up is Venus will be in Libra as far as August goes, from the 6th until the 31st. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Capricorn, if you are unattached, you might find connect with a Libra, Sun, Moon, ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra-like characteristics. It could be someone prominent in your career, could be an authority figure, it could be maybe someone that the dominant parent, which is often the father, might introduce you to. This could also be a time where you might strongly value refinement, diplomacy, and tact, and peace and balance in your career matters and in dealings with the dominant parent and authority figures. And also, it could also be about a balanced spending on your public image in ways that you can get notoriety and recognition. And also, this is really about in the enjoyment of being charming, perhaps, and this could be and this could affect your public image. So anyway, well, the next thing up is as Mars will be in Aquarius as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 13th. So the 2nd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be a time, it will be retrograde as well. It could be where you might become a little bit more angrier than usual, maybe over your possessions being messed with. If you do, given this could be very also too, and really become a little bit more exasperated and really have maybe some unpredictable angry outbursts over this. Also too, this could be a time where you might become angry over some idiosyncratic, bizarre, unusual behavior, perhaps with someone at the place you generate money with. It could be somebody that might figure strongly in your possessions and your resources. And also, too, it could be going back. I mean, given that this is retrograde energy, this could be going back to injecting energy into an Aquarius-like thing that would help you generate money. It could be something with computers, electronics, innovation, aerospace, astronomy, and also putting energy into ingenuity can really help in terms of self-esteem and self-worth and be beneficial to that perhaps at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is, well, Mars will be in Capricorn as far as August goes, from the 13th until the 31st. It will be retrograde from the 13th to like the 28th. So the 1st house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be a time for showing a lot of discipline and consistent energy in matters pertaining to oneself. This could be a time where you might have more really strong, abundant physical energy at this time, and especially if this is actually hitting the 1st house in the natal chart. And also, too, be a lot of, given that this is going to be retrograde for most of the period, and being in Capricorn, it could be a lot of premeditated energy and a lot of reviewing before doing things that are 1st house related, whether it's the physical body or taking action in matters connected with new beginnings, maybe matters with someone you knew from your early childhood. And that being said, it could be really expending energy very consistently at this time, and really it could be through working out vigorously, doing something where you're expending this energy, some kind of exercise, could really help you in terms of your general outlook, and maybe be less pessimistic, because Capricorn energy, of course, can be somewhat pessimistic. But you might come across this time as a little bit more acerbic than usual, and a little bit more easier provoked at this time than usual. And the situation with someone from your early childhood might be a little bit more acrimonious and contentious than usual, and there might be arguments with this person over Capricorn related things, such as something with the business, the government, or perhaps even over some kind of responsibility. So anyway, next thing up is Jupiter will be in Scorpio still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be a time where, I mean, as I've talked about in previous videos, Jupiter can be paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. And it could very well expand surreptitious, nefarious, even manipulative behavior from friends, from acquaintances. It could be from people you might know in groups, clubs, or organizations. Also, too, on a positive note, this could be, the way this can manifest is expressing a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm in Scorpio-related matters with friends at this time, with acquaintances, maybe in group matters. It could be astrology, the supernatural, occult, alchemy, even magic. And also, too, this could be very fortuitous for pursuing a Scorpio aspiration or goals, such as embalming, magic, the occult, the supernatural, astrology, forensics, investigation, detective work, and also about having luck and fortune going beyond the superficial and subterfuge in connection with friends and acquaintances at this time, and perhaps even stepchildren if applicable. Anyway, next thing up is Saturn will be in Capricorn still. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. It will be retrograde. And this can be a time where you're doing certain review in matters with restrictions and limitations with the physical body. It could be tied in, especially if this is actually the first house in one's natal chart. It could be something connected with the bones, the knees, the joints, and also about new beginnings at this time. And really, and it might be really new beginnings may be embarked on, but it might be with a lot of laborious effort, a lot of laborious work connected with it. In some cases, this could be about some government restriction that might be maybe prohibiting you from taking your body really to actually doing something, going someplace, or doing something connected just with yourself on a very personal level. Also, too, this could be something too where older people might impact your outlook more so than usual and figure more prominently in that, and also maybe playing a role, stronger role, in maybe as far as you making a first impression on somebody. Now, this could be a time too where you might be taking care of maybe someone you knew from your early childhood that may be sickly or debilitated, and it could be over some Capricorn related things, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, and it could be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. So anyway, and there also might be a greater propensity to lose weight at this time than usual, and especially if this is hitting the actual first house in one's natal chart. If this is hitting one's moon, making a conjunction, say, to one's moon, this could be something where you're feeling more, where your emotional energy might be restricted, and your mood is such where you're feeling somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. So anyway, well, next thing up is Uranus will still be in Taurus. At this time, the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, well, this could be a time where Taurus friendships might figure more prominently in one's fun, amusement, and enjoyment. It could actually be Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant people, or ones that simply embody Taurus-like characteristics. This could be about dealing with unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from lovers, from children at this time. It could be maybe people that you might share some kind of a creative endeavor with, or some kind of hobby. And at this time too, I mean, there can be a lot of fluctuations if you're doing something of a speculative nature, if you're doing something with gambling, or you're in some kind of investment. You might see a lot of financial fluctuations at this time, and also perhaps the formulation of a new financial plan might be more cause for maybe some happiness, some enjoyment in your life, perhaps. But it could be one of that's very speculative, as well as this is the house that's connected with gambling and speculation. So anyway, and it could be a time too where maybe the expression of some kind of ingenuity just in general might be at this time might be some cause to really have some enjoyment at this time as well. And also too, children and lovers might be expressing maybe some ingenious qualities, or they at this time, or the situations with them can be somewhat erratic and sporadic. So anyway, next thing up is Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time for Capricorn. This could be in some cases the dissipation, dissolving sometimes of the memory. In some cases your thinking might be a little bit more nebulous and unclear at this time, and it's really at this time there could be more of a propensity, or I should say more of an inability to see the fine print, say like in documents or in writings at this time. And also this could be a time where you might feel like a greater need maybe to communicate about your dreams, maybe matters with the metaphysical, which can include astrology, could be spirituality as well. And perhaps even there might be some confounding issues that are connected with your local transportation. It might be some issues with your vehicle. It could be over some chemical situation with the car, for example, or just some general situations that you're really not sure of and not understanding maybe why it's, like something is not working. And anyway, also too, in some cases this could manifest perhaps in a sibling, a neighbor, cousin even, that might be showing some kind of duplicitous or deceptive behavior, and maybe even might be some tendency maybe toward alcoholism or drug use at this time. Sorry about that. Next thing up, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, in some cases, I know you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I do anyway. I'm going to. So this could be in some cases the actual literal death of the person, his or herself. In some cases, now especially if it's hitting the sun, or actually conjuncting the sun or the ascendant. The sun is about life, and the ascendant can be connected with one's vitality. Also, this could be about perhaps the death of somebody that was prominent in one's early childhood. At the same time, too, this could be the time where, remember that Pluto is about obliteration and destruction. This could be in some cases where you might tear down some new beginnings that you were going to try to embark on. But remember that Pluto is about rebirth and regeneration. It could be supplanting them with something else, or even simply reviving maybe some new beginnings that you were going to embark on at an earlier time, but for whatever reason you put a stoppage on it, and may actually start them again. Also, this could be also about power issues, manipulation, connection with someone you from your early childhood. A surgery can take place at this time. It could be over something Capricorn related, such as the bones, the knees, or the joints. And also it's important to avoid perhaps obsessive and compulsive behavior at this time than usual. And this could be a time too where when you look at this, when you're talking about Pluto and Capricorn in this first house, you might be showing more issues of strong power and control at this time, more so than usual, and perhaps in some isolated cases more manipulative behavior. So it's just something to look out for at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is the North Node will be in Leo still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time for Capricorn. Well, when you're talking about the North Node in transit, this could be about issues one may have to confront or address, and this could manifest perhaps in having to confront somebody, a sexual partner, someone you're in an intimate relationship with that might be acting rather arrogant, bombastic, overbearing, egotistical, matter, even domineering. It could be somebody that you may know in a shared resources situation, and also about being directed toward being more magnanimous and more generous in matters connected with shared resources, and showing the courage and fortitude, taking pride in making a major transformation or change, and also in dealing with crisis situations perhaps as well. And it might be a time where you might be directed toward where you may have to be more extravagant than you intended to be in matters with taxes, insurance, even surgery in some cases, and could be something Leo related, such as something with the upper back or the heart. So, and also being more generous and giving in terms of emotional and moral support. Anyway, next thing up is the Black Moon Lilith will be in Capricorn as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 6th. So the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be a time for Capricorn where you may be dealing this could be about a revelation. It could be unveiling maybe someone from your early childhood that might be showing ruthless, tyrannical, overambitious, even cold and callous qualities. And at this time as well, remember the Black Moon Lilith could also be about the revelation or unveiling of a formidable adversary. In this case, it could be a Capricorn person, a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or it could simply be one that embodies Capricorn-like characteristics. And sometimes it could be about being one's own worst enemy, since this is the first house. This could be someone you know from your early childhood, or maybe someone that was instrumental perhaps in your new beginnings or your outlook on life. And also, when you're talking about the Black Moon Lilith, this could also manifest perhaps in something that is unveiled or revealed about yourself, that's let out of the bag, so to speak, but you don't want it to come out, but it is anyway. And this could be something where maybe just a general limiting or depressing or outlook at this time, or where you're overly pessimistic and it comes out and you didn't want anybody to really know about it, but it does come out anyway. And also the Black Moon Lilith could be about what could put us in a strong state of fear or trepidation. And in this case, it could be simply about, well, perhaps maybe losing that authority over what oneself can do, relinquishing that authority. And it could be even maybe someone with an you knew from your early childhood. Maybe there's a situation where you're kind of that authority person over that person. So anyway, well, next thing up is the Black Moon Lilith, as far as August goes, will be in Aquarius from the 6th until the 31st. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be about the revelation or unveiling of a formidable Aquarius adversary. It could be somebody that you generate income with. Could be somebody that may have figured prominently in your resources, your possessions, maybe factored into your self-esteem and self-worth. Could be an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply one that embodies Aquarius-like characteristics. And also, Black Moon Lilith could be about what could put one in a strong state of fear or trepidation. This could be about maybe just having to an overly conventional, regimented really orthodox way of maybe making money, something that would be very consistent, or something that would seem somewhat monotonous and overly conventional. That could be something that could put you in that strong state of fear and trepidation. And also, the Black Moon Lilith could, of course, again, be about what may be let out of the bag, so to speak, that you didn't want to come out of the bag, but it does come out anyway. And it could be over something, maybe it might be something that you hold, maybe that you value, that's somewhat unusual or bizarre or unorthodox that comes out. It could be something about maybe the way you make money that you don't really want a lot of people to know about. That might be somewhat unusual. And also, too, this could be a time where you might see somebody behaving in rather bizarre, really bizarre, unusual, or showing a lot of weird idiosyncrasies. And it could be somebody at that place where you generate money at, or somebody that has something to do with, figures strongly or prominently in your possessions and resources. Anyway, last but not least, Chiron will be in Aries still, so the fourth house is well be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, for Capricorn, well, we are talking about, I mean, the Chiron and Aries and fourth house energy. This could be about dealing with acrimonious and contentious situations on the home front with someone you feel close to home with. It could be the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. It could also be emotional wounds and suffering connected with lack of assertiveness and aggressiveness in home-related matters, maybe not being confrontational enough. Maybe it could be about not standing up for a family member, being overly passive as far as that goes. And also, maybe maybe lack of enterprise and initiative of maybe capitalizing on opportunities, whether it could be money making opportunities or what have you, to really, or investment plans or what have you, to get yourself more prepared for that end of life period if you are not in it already. And remember, when you're looking at this, that it could also be really about not maybe showing the pioneering spirit in new traditions at this time. This could lead to some lack of self-worth. And also there could be, when you're talking about Chiron and Aries energy, this could manifest in ways, in some way that you're feeling have feelings of unworthiness or not belonging. And given that we're talking about the fourth house, this could be a time where you might be feeling somewhat ostracized by family members, the less dominant parent, even maybe someone you feel close to home with. Maybe you don't feel you're worthy of having a family life at this time. And also, keep in mind, too, remember when we're talking about Chiron, this could be, I mean, it's the emotion, it's the, really about, you're talking about ways where you could deal, it's the wounded healer, you could deal, things that you're having difficulties with that are connected, in this case, Chiron and Aries in the fourth house. You could actually help others out dealing with comparable situations, and you could do so with a lot of Aries like courage, fortitude, aggressiveness, assertiveness, and initiative. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Capricorn August 2018 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Aquarius August 2018 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.